Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this super easy and beautiful Tunisian bubble stitch headband. It's a 4-row repeat and it works up really fast, and this is what the bubbles looks like. It's so much fun to crochet. Of course, you can make it in any size you would like. It's really easy to adjust the size. And now I will show you what we need and how to crochet this beautiful headband. Today I'm using a 5.5mm Tunisian crochet hook. This is the set I'm using. It's from Adi Click, and I really love working with those hooks. They come in different sizes, and of course you have the cables that need to be attached if you would like to make a larger project. But of course you can use any Tunisian crochet hook you would like. You will also need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and the yarn I'm using today is Paintbox Yarns Simply Aran, and I really love working with this yarn. Out of one skein you get 2 headbands, and the color I'm using today is my favorite color. It's the pale rose. I will put the link for the yarn and the hooks down below. Of course, you can use any yarn you would like and the recommended hook size. And now let's get started. We will start with a slip knot and we will crochet chains. For this pattern, you need a multiple of 2 plus 1. And for my headband, I crocheted 15 chains. So multiple of 2, 14 plus 1, we have 15 chains. And this is how you adjust the size. It just has to be a multiple of 2 plus 1. So all you have to do is grab the yarn and pull through and crochet your chains. And like I said, for my headband, I'm going to crochet 15 chains. I just finished my 15 chains, and now we will start the first row of simple stitch. So the loop on the hook does count as your first stitch. We will need the second stitch from the hook, so 1, 2, to start our row. So you will insert your hook into the second stitch, grab the yarn and pull up. Now go to the next stitch, grab the yarn and pull up. And this is all you have to do. So just insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up. And you can see all the stitches are on top of our crochet hook. So just keep repeating this all the way along. And since we started with 15 chains, you will also have 15 loops on your hook. So just keep repeating this all the way along, and I will see you back at the end of this row. I'm at the end of my row, and now we will start the back row. The very important thing is that you will grab the yarn and here only go through the first loop. This will be our border stitch. And now you will grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops all the way until you have 1 loop left. So grab the yarn, pull through 2, grab the yarn, pull through 2, all the way along until you have 1 loop left on your hook. So just like this, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 until you have 1 loop left, just like this. And now let's get started with row 2. So now we will start the row with the bubbles, which is also super easy. So this very first stitch right here, we will always skip. The loop on the hook is our first stitch. So now we will go into the vertical bar right here, insert our hook, grab the yarn and pull up. Now for the bubble, we will chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I will move it to the front just like this, and the next 3 stitches are just a normal simple stitch. So insert, grab the yarn, pull up. This is our first one, our second, and the third one. So now it's time for a bubble again. So we have a bubble, 3 simple stitches, and now a bubble. So insert, like you do a simple stitch, just like this, but now we will chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now pull the hook to the front so the bubble lays on top, and now insert to the next stitch and work 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and the 4th one is a bubble. So insert your hook just like you would do for the simple stitch and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Push it to the front, and again 3 stitches. So bubble, and now 3 stitches. Now here is 1 stitch left. Into the last stitch right here we will make another bubble. So just like a simple stitch, and then chain 3, and we are at the end of the row, and here's our border stitch. If you turn it towards you, you can see this little X right here. So you will insert your hook. Make sure you always have those 2 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn and pull up, and this is our border stitch. And now again the back row, which is also super easy, and it's always the same. So you will grab the yarn and always go only through the first loop. This is how you get this nice border stitch. And now grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops all the way through until you have 1 loop left. So pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way along until you have 1 stitch left. So just like this. And pull through 2, and we have 1 loop left, and we just finished the back row. Now in between the bubble rows, we will crochet a row of just simple stitches. And this is how the bubbles have even more effect. If we would do bubbles right now, they would be too close next to each other. So this is also super easy. So we will skip the very first stitch right here. And now here again, we will start our stitches. So insert, grab the yarn, pull through, and now it's just a simple stitch in every stitch. Pull through, grab the yarn, pull up. Pull through, grab the yarn, and pull up. And also in this row, at the end of the row, you should have 15 loops on your hook. So just a row of simple stitch all the way along. I'm almost here to the end. And now again, a border stitch. So turn it around. You can see this little X right here. Insert your hook. Make sure you have those 2 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn and pull up. And now again, grab the yarn. Pull only through the first loop to get this nice border stitch, and now grab the yarn and pull through 2 all the way along until you have 1 loop left. just like this, pull through 2 until you have 1 loop left. Now we will offset the bubbles. I think it looks prettier, but of course you could repeat just the first row to start here with the bubble, 3 simple stitches, bubble, 3 simple stitches, bubble. But if you want to make it offset, just like I am, it's also super easy. So this counts as our first stitch. We always need 3 stitches in between the bubbles. So this is our second one, and this is the third. So we have 3 loops on the hook, and into the next stitch we will work a bubble. So insert just like you would for your simple stitch, and now chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. I flip it to the front, and now again 3 stitches. So bubble, and in between 3 stitches in the simple stitch, just like this. So bubble, 3 stitches, and the next one will be a bubble again. So grab the yarn, pull up, and chain 3. Grab the hook, push it to the front, and now again 3 simple stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and the next, the 4th one, is a bubble. So a simple stitch, chain 3, push it to the front, and now we have 2 normal stitches left. So 1 and 2, and the last one is the border stitch. So again, you can see here it is. We will insert our hook. You can see I have those 2 loops on my hook. Grab the yarn and pull up. This is what it looks like. And now exactly the same like we did before. Grab the yarn, pull through 1. This is our border stitch, and now pull through 2 all the way along until you have 1 loop left. So pull through 2, pull through 2 until you have 1 loop left. Just like this. And this is what it looks like. It's gonna roll a little bit here on the beginning, but this is totally normal with Tunisian crochet. But when we close the headband, you won't even see it. So we just finished the row of the bubble stitches, and like I said before, in between we will always work a row of just simple stitches, which is super easy. So this is our first stitch. We will go into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and do this all the way along. And you will also have 15 stitches in every row. This is how you can double check if your stitches are right. So just 1 row of simple stitches in between the bubble rows. So I'm here at the end. Again, work your border stitch, pull up, and now it's time for the back row. So grab the yarn, pull through 1, and now pull through 2 all the way along until you have 1 loop left. If you're a beginner, just take your time. Just pull through 2 until you have 1 stitch left. Just like this. And this is the 4-row repeat. I will show you one more time. It's really super, super easy. And now since we worked the first 4 rows, you can see where you have to crochet your bubbles. So let's do that. So we will repeat the first row of the bubble, which means this is our first stitch. We will go into the next and start with a bubble. So just like a simple stitch, then crochet 3 chains, push it to the front, and you can see here is where the bubble is, and in between we always crochet 3 simple stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Here is the next bubble, so you go with your finger all the way up, and you can see this is the stitch we need to work the bubble, which is super easy. So always bubble, 3 stitches, and the next one is again a bubble. So 3 chains, push it to the front, go into the next stitch, work 3 simple stitches, and the 4th one again is a bubble. So 1, 2, and 3, push it to the front, again work 3 simple stitches, and into the last simple stitch right here you will work a bubble. Push it to the front, and now we have the border stitch left, so go through 2, grab the yarn and pull up, and here you can see how they line up and how pretty it looks. And now the back row, grab the yarn, pull through 1, and just like we did before, pull through 2 until you have 1 loop left on your hook. Pull through 2, 2, and 2. And the next row is a row of simple stitches. So again, skip the first one, go into the one right next to it, and just 1 simple stitch in every stitch. And of course also you will have 15 stitches in every row. So after the bubble row you will always crochet 1 row of just a simple stitch. Here's the last one, and again the border stitch, grab the yarn, pull up. For the back row, pull through the first loop, and now pull through 2. All the way along. Once you get the hang out of it, it's so much fun and it works up really fast. So this is what it looks like. And now we will offset the bubble again, and I will show you how to do that. 2 rows down, we started in the very first stitch with a bubble, and now we will crochet 3 stitches. This is our first one. So go into the second, work a simple stitch, and work 3 stitches. And here you can see is the bubble. Go into the 4th stitch and crochet your bubble, push it to the front, and again 3 simple stitches. Like you can see here is the bubble. We always have 3 stitches between those bubbles. Push it forward, and again 3 stitches. The The next one, the fourth one, is a bubble. And push it forward, and now we have 2 normal stitches left, 1 and 2, and the last one is our border stitch. So just like this, now you will do the back row, pull through the first, and now pull through 2 all the way along. So just pull through 2, 2, 2, just like this. And now we will work 1 more row of just a simple stitch. So every time you crochet a row with bubbles, the next row in between will be just a simple stitch row. So again, this is our first stitch, go into the next, and just 1 row of simple stitches. Crochet this row with you. Always make sure you have your 15 stitches. Here is the border stitch. Grab the yarn, pull up, and the back row. Pull through 1, and let's do this together. Pull through 2 all the way along. And this is the 4-row repeat, and this you're going to repeat all the way until you have the desired length you need for your headband. I will keep crocheting, and I will show you in just a little bit how my headband looks like and how to finish off. So this is what it looks like. I hope you can see it here in the camera. I really love those tiny bubbles. It looks so pretty, and I reached the desired length I need. Try it on. It's not supposed to be too loose or too tight. It has to fit comfortable around your head. And now I will show you how to finish off, which is also super easy. So we will work just like we did with a simple stitch. So here's our first. We will go into the next. Grab the yarn, pull up. You have 2 loops on your hook, and now just do a slip stitch. Go into the next stitch. Grab the yarn, pull up. You have 2 loops on your hook, and work a slip stitch. And this is all you have to do. Go into the next stitch, work a slip stitch, and just like that. And we will repeat this all the way along, and this is how you finish off your Tunisian crochet with this nice border. So just keep repeating this all the way along. Pull through up, work a slip stitch, go into the next stitch, pull up, and make a slip stitch. And I will see you once you reach your border stitch. This is what it looks like, and now we have 1 stitch left, which is our border stitch. Also go through the 2 loops right here, pull up. You have 2 stitches, work a slip stitch, and now to finish off, chain 1, pull tight, and leave a longer yarn tail because we're going to need it to sew the twist. Grab your scissors, grab the yarn, grab your hook, pull it all the way through, and pull tight. And now it's all nice and secure. And all I'm going to do now is just sew in this yarn end, and we can finish our headband. Now it's time to do the twist. We will leave the bubbles on top, just like this, and you will grab your yarn needle, pull the yarn needle through, and we can start sewing the headband together. So all you have to do now is grab the left side from your headband, fold it in half, just like this. Grab the right side, fold it in half, the same way like you did on the left, and put the right side between the left, just like this. And you will have 4 layers. And this is how we're gonna close the headband, and you will get a beautiful twist. Now just grab your yarn needle, insert on the very left side, and pull through all 4 layers. Pull it all the way through. Now go to the stitch right next to it and pull through again. Always double check that you really have the 4 layers on top of each other. That's the only thing you have to watch out for. So again, go right next to it, to the stitch you just came out of, and pull through. And you will repeat this all the way along until you get to the other side. I just finished sewing the first time, and now just to make sure, I will go back the same way like I just did, just from the right to the left. So exactly the same way, and do this until you reach your very left side. And here I am. Now I'm going to finish off. I'm just going to insert the yarn needle right through the 4 layers. I will leave a little loop on my finger, and I will go with the yarn through. And this is how I'm gonna make a knot. Just pull it tight all the way, and now we can sew in the yarn end. So I will just go through some stitches back and forth to make sure the yarn end is hidden, and then we can cut the yarn. It's a little bit harder here since we have 4 layers. Now you can even leave a tiny loop again and pull the needle all the way through, make a knot, grab your scissors, and now we can cut the yarn. All we have to do now is just turn it around, lay it down, fix up the twist, and we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I can't wait to see your finished headbands. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and of course have a great time crocheting, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.